Hi everybody, Judy Wong here. Wow, so for today's module, I am going to talk about divine alignment. I mean, look at this. I am taking my child to martial arts practice, and it just so happens I'm wearing this particular shirt with these particular concepts behind me. Now, it has everything to do with what I wanted to hammer home in terms of these modules and the importance of mindset. You need to really understand that your happiness is correlated with your energy and vibration levels, and all of that plays out in your attitude. And more importantly, you have to be really relentless and never quit. Now, I did not actually plan for this. It just so happened that today, while we were at practice, one of the neighboring playgroups was actually available for me to do this particular video. And I happen to be wearing this shirt. Now, I've been thinking about how best to deliver this content to you, and it just so happened that because I have been thinking about it and hoping for the right environment to bring about these concepts, I can share with you now that the importance of understanding where your mindset is and your attitude is what is going to actually determine how far you get in life, because it's going to determine what your vibration is, and your vibration will attract to you like things. So if you haven't read The Secret, that's a must read. It's a book that was published in 2006 by Rhonda Byrne and highly acclaimed by people like Oprah and talked about on many talk shows throughout North America and even in Australia. So if you are in an Asian country where perhaps there are translated versions of this book, I highly suggest that you read it. And if you haven't, and you're watching this particular video thinking, oh my gosh, this is a little corny, what I want to say to you is, no, it's not. And if you have that mindset, it's going to keep you stuck. So you're watching this video because you want greater levels of happiness, and you want to obtain that happiness through monetary means. So you're hoping that you're going to make more money through ascending in your career path. Now, all of that is only going to be available to you when you're able to adjust your attitude and to change your energy levels. So just think, how is it that your attitude is affecting your energy level? For example, if you wake up and you're just feeling like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to go to work. In fact, work is such a drag, I hate my job. You're bringing that sluggish momentum into your day, every day. And of course, you're not going to feel happy. But if you jumped out of bed thinking, woohoo, I am so lucky to be alive and I can't wait to just do whatever it is that I have to do today and knock those items off your to-do list, that is actually going to propel you forward with momentum to achieve the next thing and the next goal that you have on your list. Now, whether or not you've identified that goal is really critical, and that's why you're in this program, because as you work with your fellow soul sisters who are also looking for alignment and purpose and passion in their life, you will realize that you're not alone in this journey. In fact, a lot of us spend a lot of time working on ourselves, trying to figure out which part of our lives is truly what we want, and which part of our lives is actually something that somebody else has imposed on us. And even if you discover that what you're doing isn't what you always truly wanted to do, it's probably on the periphery of what you wanted to do. So, for example, for myself, I never thought I wanted a corporate career, but while I was in corporate, I had all the skills to deliver and do really well. And that is what actually led me to decide that I wanted to become a career coach. Now, is that something that's available to you? Perhaps. Or maybe you have other passions that you didn't pursue as a child because of certain mindsets or opinions of other people that told you that you weren't going to succeed. For example, I'll share my story. I used to be a gymnast when I was young, and for one reason or another, I kept telling myself that, oh, I'm not thin enough, I'm heavy in the bottom, and I'm never really going to make it on the teams. And that's exactly what happened. So I would work my butt off, I would be borderlining some of the team cuts, sometimes making it and sometimes not, but really frustrated with myself. And at the end of the day, the frustration was coming from the fact that I was telling myself all sorts of stories. So what kind of stories are you telling yourself? And how is it affecting your attitude? How is it that you're getting out of bed every day and pursuing the things that you want to pursue? So on that particular note, I would like everybody to actually go back today to your journal or the worksheets that we've provided and write down what your attitude is towards certain areas of your life. Now, it's not just career, although this course was intended to help you step up your career. You will realize very, very quickly that when you adjust your mental attitude towards other areas of your life, for example, your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your partner, if you have children, with your children, or if you adjust your attitude towards, let's say, money, that things will start flowing much more freely because we are energetic beings before we are physical beings. Now, if that concept seems so foreign to you, again, maybe you need to do some research on the side outside of this program to fully understand where I am coming from. But this earth is not just what you see. It isn't just a 3D. It isn't just this hand, this body that I can feel. We are much more than that. We are energy. And it is our energy that dictates exactly where we are going to go and how we are going to fulfill our mission. So if your career isn't where you want it to be, that's because your attitude isn't where it needs to be. And I realized this when somebody called me out on it the other day. In fact, I have a coach, and one of my coaches actually said to me, look how much time you have spent on explaining to me how your situation is not where you want it to be. And yet your ability to be grateful is so much shorter, meaning the text that I sent him was a lot shorter. Now, are you experiencing something similar? Because if you are, again, it goes back to your attitude, and we have to nip it in the bud. And that is exactly what this particular exercise is about. So go back in your journal, write down what your attitude is to 3 areas of your life. I would start with 1 because usually it's hard for people to identify 3, but once you've found that first one, you will see how that negativity is actually spilling over. It's like a spider web, and it just keeps cascading with negativity over to these other areas of your life. And if you're able to pick out and fine-tune that one aspect that you can refine and step into your power, take responsibility and ownership for the negativity that you have been sending out, and tell yourself, okay, I'm stopping it right now. Like, as of today, I'm not going to complain about X. And from now on, I am going to tell myself a different story and start acting differently about it. Then everything will change. And I'll give you another example. So we are actually living in Asia in the midst of the coronavirus. Now, obviously, it's sending a lot of families into sheer panic. There has been a mass exodus in the country, or even in the city of Hong Kong. And, well, you could see that as good or bad, because some people are seeing it as, this is terrible, we could all die. But on the other hand, a lot of employers, including the government, has asked people to stay home. And now this is in a region where people have such an awesome work ethic that they work 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. So now people have a lot more family time because they're confined to their homes, and they're being challenged to actually face the relationships that they previously didn't have much time to work on. In fact, a lot of people use the fact that they need to earn income as an excuse not to fulfill some of their relationship duties, or whatever you want to call them, their responsibilities, and to truly connect from a heart level with the people that they should be connecting with. So there are several examples that I've given you in this video. I hope that you find them helpful, and I hope you will take something away from it and enjoy the exercise, and then we'll come back and move on to the next aspect. Speak soon. Thanks.